for sure that it's going to make me better when I go into that space. And as I was praying about us learning to love our lives, I could not help but consider how many of us sit and wait for a life to love. I'm waiting to fall in love with life. My daughter's 6, she wants to be 13. My daughter's 13, she wants to be 20. When she turns 20, she's gonna realize bills are gonna make you wanna be 13. I wake up every day and I'm like, Lord, I was rushing to have bills every month. They come every month. You, again, here with me. I think part of the reason why we find it so difficult to love our lives is that we're just waiting for the hard part to be over. It's like if I can finally get these kids to think straight, if I can finally get the money to go from paycheck to paycheck to actually being able to say, maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to love my life. I'm single, maybe when I get married, I'll love my life. I'm married, maybe when he goes to work, I can love my life for 8 hours. We're looking and waiting for these moments when we will finally love our lives. And so when I was studying about this message and I was asking God, how do we come to a place where we begin to love our lives? God began to show me that it's not so much about us learning to love our lives as much as it is having the mindset, much like we have to have a mindset for things like Orange Theory, that it's not about what's going to happen. It's trusting that whatever happens, it's meant to make me better. That means that even though I may not want to face it, even though it may hurt me in the process, my trust is not in life, my trust is in God. And if God allows for something to show up in my life, it must be here to be a teacher to me. It must be here to refine me. It must be meaning to teach me something. I think Paul would say something like this, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory that shall be revealed in us. There are women in this room who are not just in this room because life went the way that they wanted it to. There are women in this room who became who they are because the suffering taught them something. The suffering taught me to have boundaries. The suffering taught me to be humble. The suffering taught me that if I don't speak up, I'll be ran over. I didn't learn to do this because it was easy. I learned some things because the suffering taught me. The suffering taught me, be careful who you talk about. The suffering taught me, be careful who you let in your life. The suffering taught me that I have an inclination to allow things that are in me to mess up the destiny that God has for me. I didn't just learn this because someone said it. The suffering came and it taught me something. Now there's some women in this room who have been taught by suffering. Some people went to school. Other people learned from the suffering. My heart had to break, but I learned a lesson. I got a little sore, but I learned a lesson. The suffering taught me more than the blessings did.